Hey everyone, Mac here playing Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3+4. In this video, I'm doing the hard speedruns for all of the levels, which are the expert challenge requirements. I'll be providing routes and general tips, so let's get started. We start off with Foundry, which has an extremely generous 1 minute and 45-second requirement. Acid bomb into the K in skate, grab your first valve, go towards the S in skate, grind that out into the E in skate, grab your second valve, wall ride Wally off the wall on your left to get to the top area. From the top area, you can get the secret tape. If you drop down, go towards the A in skate, and then here you want to grind the molten bucket. If you missed that jump, don't worry about it, we'll do it last. Instead, go to the T in skate and then come around the bend for your last 3 valves. After your 5th valve, line yourself up for an Indy over the half pipe in the middle, but feel free to do a quick Indy 900 if you need some extra combo points, and then land that out. Here you can then soak the foreman by using the kicker, and then after that, you are done. If you missed the molten bucket on the first time through, it should be coming back for a second time and another try. But to be honest, the time requirement here is super easy. Next up, we have to do Canada in 1:40. This is a pretty big difficulty spike from our last one. We're going to start off by unsticking Chuck from the pole. Then we're going to go back towards the spawn and go into the tree to bury that bully. Next, we'll grab the S in skate and then go towards the top of the cabin for the K in skate. We're going to be working towards the A in skate, go towards the generator and the T in skate, and make sure you get this grind to open up your half pipe. Then you should be able to transfer through the E in skate up to the top deck. Here you'll have to ride the rail in order to get the secret tape. And if done correctly, the secret tape will throw you into a nose grind, which you can do around the horn. If not, safely land and then do around the horn with a nose grind in order to grab that. From here, all we really need to do is grab the 5 impressed skaters, and while you do this, you can also work on your high score. So the 5 skaters are located kind of in the 5 corners, and you can combo them together, which makes it a little bit easier to get your 6 score at the same time. So here I did my first skater when I started this combo. 2 more skaters are done now, and then we're just going to quickly loop around to the final area, and that should finish it out for us. Hopping on board with Suburbia, it needs a tight 215. Go straight forward for the S. I like to then go for my pumpkin right here to the right. Then I like to spine transfer into the other backyard and quickly get my next pumpkin along the brick fence. You can do a little bit of point scoring here, but that's not really something we have to worry about. Then go to the construction zone and immediately grab the axe. Then this one's a little awkward. You're going to cut back and quickly grab the E in skate and then head towards the haunted house. Grind up, grab our next pumpkin, which is on the quarter pipe here. That's going to be number 3 out of 5. Grab the T and skate, get the grind across to the trailer park for the 4th pumpkin. Then you can grab the A and skate. Then you're going to want to grab your nose grind across the gap here, so you don't have to worry about that. That is important. Then you can deliver the axe to the thin man to get that challenge complete. We need to do this anyways to get our tape. Here's where you're going to want to do some of your point scoring if you need it. A quick little combo over the gap or a quick 900 revert does end up doing a decent amount of work. Then you can exit the spooky bowl into the secret tape. I did a little bit of extra point scoring just in case, although I don't think I even needed it. Then we're going to head back towards the front of this house in order to get our 5th pumpkin. Cut around on the outside in order to head to the rooftop again. And at the rooftop, what you can do is grab the 2 grinds to restore the power to the dish. It's a little bit weird when you have full stats. You come in really fast and really hot, but on your way back through, you restore power to the dish and grab the K, finish off any point scoring you need if you need it. I think airport might be one of the hardest ones, 2 minutes and 50 seconds. Immediately grab the tickets, then you'll grab your 1st and 2nd pickpockets. While you're doing this, feel free to get the scoring. Grab the S in skate right up the middle. Use the high wire beams to get the S and the K. And then if you drop down, make sure that you don't go through the metal detector so that you don't get your tickets stolen from you. And then come down right up the middle. And if you've done this in a combo, you should probably have enough point scoring by now. Grab the A in skate. And then what you can do is you'll start your flag collection. by grinding through the first 5 flags here. I like to go to the left first before we go to the right. And then make sure you end that combo by delivering the tickets to your buddy. A lot of goals popping all at the same time. Spiral staircase on the outer edge. Go down that and you'll get the T in skate. Next up, we're going to focus on the secret tape. There's a couple of different ways to do it. You can transfer up to the top center and then just grind your way along this outer edge. You'll need to wall ride Wally to the top beam. So now we have the secret tape. We can drop down and focus on the other flags that we missed. So once we have all 10 of those flags, we can drop down a floor and then grab the E in skate as well. After grabbing the E and skate, we still have quite a few things to do, actually. There's a pickpocket down here we're going to have to grab. So make sure you grab that pickpocket. He's usually running down at the bottom here, but once you spook him, he starts running right up the middle escalator. So you might have some trouble figuring out exactly where he is, but he kind of just runs around the top section once you spook him. So then we're going to climb back up, and on the way back up, you may find a pickpocketer. He may be running, but you may not have spooked him. He'll be in that little side pocket room not far from the escalator where we're going. We're going to the escalator to do the airwalk over the gap challenge. That will be pretty much our last one here. And the other pickpocket can be found right here, depending on his little route. He runs around in a circle right there. And then do the airwalk over the escalator gap in order to finish it off. This one can be pretty tough, honestly. We then move on to Los Angeles, 2 minutes 30 seconds. This might feel awkward. Make a straight line for the A and then turn around and grind down the S rail for the Northern Quake as well. There is another red rail here, which doesn't trigger, but it's not a big deal. We end up looping back around in like 5 seconds. Grab this far rail all the way up to get the Eastern Quake rail, right up the middle for another Quake rail, and then go back towards where the gap here is near the K. Do your 1 foot of Japan with the gap in order to grab that out of the way. That's one of the harder ones, but you can also do it on the way down, which is a little easier because you have more time to grab your footing and land. Go towards the center of the map now. Depending on your confidence with the point scoring, here is a really good little half pipe to just grind out your points really quick. Although there are a couple of combos left, they are a little bit harder to do. And if you don't have enough points by the end of it, there's not a lot of features you can easily get to. With your high score out of the way, go ahead and start your wire grind. This will get you the E in skate, and then loop back around to the center of the map and get both of the balls rolling. And once you do that, you can grab the T in skate. With the T and skate done, we now have 2 of the kind of earthquake-related objectives to do, which are to stop the car chase and to get the secret tape. So it's a little bit awkward. It's a lot of kind of going back and forth, but we're going to head back to where we started, and then this will link you to the rooftop using a grind, and then we can go for those 2 objectives I just talked about. You can try to mix it up and do them in any order you want. We're going to go for the secret tape first by using this grind, and then that's going to shoot us back to the center. And at the center, we're going to, again, go to the very beginning, and now we're going to stop the car chase, which is another grind to get to the center highway. And from the center highway, all we need to do is grind on the right side where the car is stuck, and that should be time. 2 minutes, 30 seconds is pretty tight for this map, honestly. Cruise ship in 3 minutes. Probably the hardest speedrun in the game. We're going to start by immediately grabbing the S and the K in skate, and we're going to be doing a big combo so we don't have to worry about point scoring later. At some point, you're going to have to grind the 808, and by doing this, you should also have S, K, A, and T, as well as 3 out of the 7 pros impressed. A lot of things happen at the same time in this mission, so keep your eyes peeled. After you get that, you can go up the spiral staircase here towards the E in skate. We're now done with the letters. And keep going up and grind the valve to empty the pool out. This will also allow you to then drop back down and impress a pro on the way. And if you drop down yet another floor, you can impress your 5th out of 7 pros. Now we want to do the manual stimulation grind, or whatever it's called, by going all the way across this manual and making sure we bank at least 5,000 points to impress the pro that was halfway through there. From there, head back towards the pro. We're going to be using one of these kicker ramps to get up onto the balcony where we can grab the toolbox. So grab the toolbox and immediately drop down, delivering it to the henchman, who will raise the ferry, one of the important objectives we will need to complete. Then we're going to head up back towards the kind of main deck of the boat, and at the pool we can impress our final skater. With that out of the way, let's go ahead and grab our secret tape. You can do this first if you want, although it's up to you. If you're less confident with this, you might want to start with it. So grab the secret tape, and then immediately also grab the lip trick on the helicopter. You got to be a little bit careful. Line yourself up perfectly straight, and then lip trick the helicopter. You've now completed the steps of the gauntlet, but you also need to grab the gold medal. Last but not least, we're also going to have to then do the lip trick on the high wire gap in order to complete our little run here. And point scoring is also required, but we're in the pool now at the end, which makes it pretty easy to point score. Pull a quick 900 and then another special move. Do a couple of grinds along the outer edge of the pool and finish it up. The required amount of points is 500,000. Obviously, if you're extremely good, you can get a lot of that done during the run, but it's not a bad place that the run ends in the bowl, making it easy to mop it up. Once that's locked in, you should be done with hopefully a little time to spare. And now you're ready to move on to Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4. We can then do college with a requirement of 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Start by getting these two banners here and grind that out to the top floor of the parking garage towards the professor's car, which is now on the road. Quickly turn around, go to the high wire to grab the K in skate, and then drop down and try to sketch the car. I believe sketching the car is the hardest objective out of the ones available here, so it's a good idea just to kind of get it done and over with pretty easy, but there's a lot of spare time to make mistakes if you need it, in my opinion. Once you are done at around 8,000 or 9,000 points of sketching, you should get the cutscene, and then we can turn around and grab 3 more of the banners, while also grinding out a large portion of our 6 score, as there is a lot of opportunity here to get a couple of flip tricks and special grinds. We can then get the S in skate on the right side of the road after we've turned around, spineless into the tennis courts, then do a boneless spineless into the basketball courts for another objective. Head back towards where we started, and on the left side here, you can find your last 2 banners to tear down. That's 7 out of 7. And then if you turn right and grind up this quarter pipe, you can get 1 frat revenge, 2 frat revenge, turn around towards the A in skate, get your 3rd frat revenge, grind up the staircase, and don't make a mistake like me if you want to save a little bit of extra time, and then you can grind towards your 4th and 5th frat revenge. Carry that grind all the way towards the tower. We're going to get the secret tape next. Here's not a bad place to grind out a couple of extra points if you need them. Go through the clock tower, don't jump or you'll have too much speed and fly over the secret tape sometimes. Once you're there, get to the rooftop, spineless or spine transfer off of the rooftop towards the art installation, grab the T and skate to the left, and then go through the art installation towards the stadium here, and then you'll grab the E, and you have an extra 40 seconds. Next, we'll do San Francisco, which asks for 2 minutes and 45 seconds. There's plenty of time here. We're going to start by grinding up on this building to get the A in skate. We're going to try to get our 6 score done and over with as early as possible with a big combo through the T in skate and then through the E in skate. If you can carry it all the way through, you can easily get the amount of points you need, but you can always grab more later. Next, you'll do a BS boneless lip trick on one of the pier signs. That's easy. Get that over with. And then what we'll do is next one we'll go for is for manualing the entire walkway. So go off the pier and use the walkway, manualing from pylons all the way across until the floor changes again, and you should be good. Make sure you land that or else it doesn't count. Ignore the S in skate. Instead, at the top of the walkway, head towards this package here and transfer to the left to get up on top. Here, if you get into a grind, you can carry that grind towards the secret tape and grind out some more of your 6 score points, making sure you grab the S on the transfer down. You can then also grab the package here at Pier 12. I did not land that combo, unfortunately, but it is what it is. Grab the package underneath the art installation near the middle of the map. Grab the K in skate, again near the middle of the map. carrying that back towards where we started at the beginning of the run. Here, if you go behind the wharf, you can do the kicker ramp to the trolley car for another package. You can use this grind behind these buildings in order to link your way back to the center of the map. Feel free to grind out some of your points if you're still missing some, as I was. There's another package here with this building to my left, and I grabbed my 6 score. And then last but not least, what we'll do is we will free the painter by getting the grind around the ball in the center here. I did miss it. This one is a little bit awkward to end with, but isn't too bad. Grind around the ball all the way to get the wire breakout gap, and once you do that, just wall plant off of the stone. Alcatraz allows us to have 2 minutes and 20 seconds, which seems pretty daunting, but isn't too bad. Immediately grab your photobomb on the other ship from where you spawn, head back, and go through the teleporter on your left, immediately turning left and grabbing your first of 5 garbage cans, and work towards your 6 score. Here's a great combo you can have. You'll automatically get your second photobomb. Make sure you nose grind around the foghorn for another challenge. As you land, make sure you grab your second garbage can on your left and skate up the staircase. There is an A here. I missed it. It's okay. We'll come back for it. Third garbage can on your left. Get the T and skate by grinding on the wall and then jumping over towards the E and skate. You can get a couple more extra points here if you need them. Take the teleporter to the rooftop. From the rooftop, transfer into the huge pool with the rusted tower. In the rusted tower, grind around to get the valve. Spineless transfer into the rusted tower for another challenge. And then you can spine transfer out of here. I don't know what happened with my game, but it just threw me into the ground. Jump out of the pool towards the tall spire. Take the teleporter down. Grab your 4th garbage can and then take the teleporter up. Go up the hill. You can grind for a little bit of extra speed and to get special. Go around the outside of the rail to get the S and K in skate. And we'll grab the A that I missed on the first way through. Head towards the top center. Here you'll find your 3rd photobomb. Complete that. Your 5th garbage for your cell block keys. Release the prisoner inside. I was holding an ollie, which sucks when you skip a cutscene. And then head inside the prison, grinding up to the 2nd floor and through the window to get your secret tape. And we have an extra 40 seconds. Next up, we have Waterpark asking to be done in 3 minutes and 15 seconds. This run is 2:09. First things first, grab the keys to the arcade on the right-hand side. Pull a big combo so you don't have to worry about some of your point scoring later. And grab the mascot once you land. The next thing we're going to do is grab all 5 of the water slide valves to drain the Pirate's Bay. So drain the Pirate's Bay using the 5 pumps. You can do a pretty easy combo across the front for the first 3. One along the back, and the 5th one is along the edge. It's a little awkward to get these. Maybe there's a better order, but that's what I came up with. After draining the Pirate's Bay, you're going to want to grab the A and skate. Again, feel free to do a little bit of point scoring so you don't have to worry about it later. Go through the entrance into the bowl slide, and again, you can do a little bit of point scoring here. Our requirement isn't too high for the 6 score. And come down the slide, you now have the letters in skate A, T, and E. We're then going to move towards the arcade. And on the way to the arcade, you're going to open it up, and then you'll also open up a door that goes down what I believe is called the dual slide. So go through the arcade, and on the door on the right, go through here for the dual boomerang slide. The dual boomerang slide is kind of important because it leads us to our secret tape, so we pretty much need to come here. I don't know why I'm doing this point scoring here, but you're going to want to jump really high up the middle. If you get lucky, you can get it on the way down, but you might have to do a quick loop and then go up the middle. It's a lot easier to grab the secret tape that way. Next, you're going to want to make sure you know how to do a hard flip and go to the very center of the map. From the center of the map, you're going to want to climb up the little castle walls. And then here, you're going to want to do a big combo and boneless off the edge to do a hard flip over the fountain. Hopefully also grabbing the K, but if you didn't get the K on that go, grab the K. And then you're also going to want to get your second mascot, and then grab your S so that you have completed skate. All we really need to do now is grab the rest of the mascots. So there's one here off to the left from where we would have started. There's another one here near the entrance to the sister slides or the twin slides. And then our 5th is here on the edge. Assuming you have enough points, you are done. We start off right away with shipment. To your right, you'll find a rivet. Do a big combo through to the next rivet, getting a grind through the rivet and the S. and then continue your combo into the K, and then manual over the train car. If you do this pretty early, you don't have to worry about point scoring for pretty much the rest of the run, and we have a bunch of letters and rivets as well. You'll grab your third rivet if you go back towards where we started with the K, and another rivet just behind that, and you can grab the lunch backpack here. You can then feed the 5 workmen. There's a little bit of a weird jump here that I can't always get, but if you can get all 5 of them in one combo, you set yourself up for a lot of extra time here. We'll then do the hard flip over the buoy, so grab the buoy gap and then jump out of it to have more time to do a hard flip. Land that, and here we'll go to the center of the map, grab the A in skate, and go through the teleporter door. And once you get through the teleporter door, you can just skate off the edge pretty slowly here, and you'll fall right into the secret tape. Then you're going to want to go to the T in skate, not a bad place to finish off your point scoring if you need it. And then after you grab the T, you can grab the E in skate, which again is pretty awkward here. Grab the E, and then we're just going to have to mop up the rivets we need. So one rivet connects between these 2 rails here, and then rivets 6 and 7 are kind of on the outside of the map on the other edge. I end up falling in the water, which costs me probably 5 seconds, but it's not a huge deal. And I do need, I think, 5,000 more points here, so we're going to get a little bit of a combo going. You only need to do this in 3 minutes, and I did it in 1:40, so you got a lot of extra time here if you so desire. For London, our goal is 4 minutes and 45 seconds, which is an unfathomably large amount of time for everything here. We're going to start with the 3 copper hats, and that will spawn Jack Black as Constable Richard. Then we're going to do the kickflip on Constable Richard here, and we're going to now put him away. We'll come back to him in a second. Instead, go down the road here towards where the other red bus spawns. Do a ride the bus while ride on the first bus and the second bus in one combo. Then we're going to want to boneless over the fountain while doing a Benihana for another challenge. We'll do Constable Richard's second location, waiting for him to spawn at the third location, and then immediately grabbing that, and grabbing the E in skate so we don't have to worry about it later. With all of that out of the way, we honestly don't have that much more to do. Let's go ahead and grab the rest of skate by going up this quarter pipe and grinding towards the S. If you do these all in one combo, you can get a ton of points done if you don't want to worry about point scoring later. The S through the K using a spine transfer, grind through the A and around the corner, and then jump to get the T at the last second, grinding all the way back to the center of the map. Once in the center of the map, go up the spire to the right and grind to the top of the Canadian Embassy. Here we'll be able to grab our secret tape, and there's a pretty decent bowl here for the rest of your point scoring to get yourself up to 400,000. I actually did the math so perfectly that I was surprised, and I couldn't even do it this well if I tried. So I land on the 6 score, and then immediately go towards the Stompy Skitch. And for the Stompy Skitch, just go to the end of the road here in the bend, and then immediately cut back. And I was trying to do a quick grind on the cutback so that I could get to it faster, but I accidentally pulled a manual, which made me go a little slower. Definitely lost about 5 seconds here, not a big deal. Get onto the back of the truck from one side and then hold that skitch. If you're really good, you can use your bumper to switch doors and keep the combo going, but I found that it was more reliable to start a second skitch instead of trying to continue the first one. If you get that skitch done, for some reason the frame rate's pretty awful during this section, but once that skitch is done, you should be done, assuming you have enough points. And even with my poor skitching at the time of this recording, this was actually a top 10 time in the world leaderboard. Last but not least, we have Pinball. I'm immediately going to fill my special meter, and I'm going to go for the sack tap and the slime gap at the same time. I want to get this out of the way because I don't enjoy doing it. As soon as I do that, I'm going to go through the Birdman to start the multi-ball targets. As I come out of that into the Mausoleum, I'm going to grab Skate with a late jump towards the K, a jump across the gap towards the A. Carrying a really good combo here helps point scoring later. Through the T and the E to end the combo, you can get easily 200,000 if you want. Then we're going to go right up the middle and grab our first multi-ball target. And then we're going to grab our first token after we spin around. And now we're going to do all 3 of the lip tricks. So we're going to do the lip trick on the tombstones on the far right. we're going to do the lip trick on the tombstones right up the middle. And before we go to the third one, you're going to want to spine transfer on this brain bumper in order to get your second token. Lip trick on your third tombstone target. And now, because we're here and it's convenient, we're going to go for point scoring. I'm going to use this booster for an Indy 900 into an Indy backflip, revert manual, another Indy 900, Indy backflip, and then you can just tweak that out into a manual or a grind. And I think you need 500,000. We get way more than that. I think the combo's already at 600 grand. So the 6 score is now out of the way and I don't have to worry about it. I'm going to grind across the mega ramp and go into a wall ride to land on another token. Jump right to get the 4th token here. And now what we're going to do is we're going to head across the map nearby. We're going to get our final multi-ball target, which is this one right here. And then all we really need to do is grab one more token and the secret tape. So for the secret tape, you're going to want to transfer from this half pipe. I didn't have my special meter, so I just misjudged how fast I was going. You want to transfer off this ramp to the left to land here, and boneless into the secret tape. I was so far away from it, I was really surprised it triggered. And last but not least, the token that is right at the very bottom of the machine, floating above the doorway. We're going to grab that to end off the speedrun series. The last thing you need to do is drop a like on this video.